Hey guys, it's Matt, and tonight I want to talk about Adware. Adware is back really, really bad. About 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, Adware was around, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. I'd say in the last year, most of my calls from clients have been, hey, my computer's really infected, and it's really, 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 really slow, and I just can't use it. So I'll go over to their place, or they'll drop their computer off to me, and what I find out is it's not really a virus that's on their computer. It's a bunch of adware that they accidentally installed by installing a free application. So let's pretend here for a second. Let's just go off into imaginary land. We got a brand new Windows 8 computer here. Boots up in about a minute, according to Boot Racer, and it's going fine. I like it. Looks good. But what I need to do now is install a few applications. A few free things that I might need, some utilities or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that. And wow, look at all those toolbars. That's 5 toolbars there. So tons and tons of adware on this computer just from installing. I kept track. I think it was about 6 or 7 downloads. They were from download.com, SourceForge, Soft Ionic or something like that, and Snap Files. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. This is just nutty how much adware is on here. And to measure my boot time now, I'd have to reinstall Boot Racer. So let's go ahead and see how this adware slows down this PC. The PC is barely able to even really move at this point. Hard drive's going crazy. Got tons of ads. I'm using some kind of weird search engine called My Search Dial. So let's see if we can even find what we're looking for. Yeah, we'll find it right away actually. So go ahead and download Boot Racer. Or try to. Let's see. Download now. And I see this a lot now. I mean, everywhere I go. Actually, just clients with tons and tons of toolbars, whether they're using any browser. They have lots of toolbars, and they don't know if they can remove them or, what they are. So yeah, this PC is so bad right now. So you can imagine, if you really didn't know what you're dealing with, like I'm trying to move down right now, you would think that you have a virus, right? I mean, if you're just a regular, mom, pop kind of thing. Even kids these days, I thought that I would be replaced by a bunch of smart computer kids, but they're mostly into Facebook and Twitter, and that's about it from what I can see so far. Let's go ahead and try to get a measurement of our boot time. I'll go ahead and show you how the process of how I actually got so infected with all this adware, and then we'll go ahead and show you how to remove it all. Get this PC running back to, I think it was a 1-minute startup. This is running on a virtual machine, so it's kind of slow. So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just all I see now is adware. Adware with people bringing in the computers at work and going on client appointments. It's just everywhere. And your antivirus won't stop it. You agree to install it. Some programs out there, like Malwarebytes, will detect a PUP. It's a potentially unwanted program. That's adware. I know there's a couple antiviruses that scan for pups, but really not enough, and they don't really do that great of a job. There's a free utility out there that's just amazing called ADW Cleaner, and I'm going to show that tonight. So we'll go ahead and do a boot time, or measure our boot time, see how long it's going to take. So I'll pause the video while that's going on. So anyway, we rebooted, and our startup time is probably about a minute longer now with all this adware on here. And I have just tons of stuff starting, and it's just crazy. Go ahead and close all this junk. So, yeah, so it's really hard to use this PC with all this adware on here. You can see my CPU is at 100 and using half my RAM, and it's just a mess. So let's get to how we actually got all this stuff on here. Like, how did this happen? This happened in about an hour. An hour of using my brand new Windows 8 computer. So, let me go ahead and show you guys how that happened. Alright, so the first thing I did when I got my brand new Windows 8 computer here is I went to download FileZilla from a place I used to always get free software and open source software, and that's FileZilla. So just like a lot of these download sites, FileZilla has kind of caved and is now passing out adware with not FileZilla, but SourceForge. SourceForge is passing out adware with all their downloads, basically, and they are at sourceforge.com, I think, or .net. Okay, .net. Yeah, so this is the good old SourceForge. They used to pass out just open source software and free software, no problem at all. It didn't include adware at this point. So if I look for FileZilla, this is an FTP program that I use a lot. So let me grab FileZilla. Now I should say that some of these downloads may not have adware installers. Sometimes you'll download something and it comes with a SourceForge installer or a download.com installer, which is basically saying, hey, we're going to install adware on your computer. And sometimes they don't. And it's totally up to you whether you want to install this adware or not. Problem is, people don't notice that they're actually doing it. You know, we're just in a big habit of being in a rush and clicking next. You know, yeah, so this one's going to download it. It's SF installer, so SourceForge installer. I have no problem with advertising like that and all that, but man, you should definitely not, if you're trying to get your product out there, adware is definitely not the way to go. It just makes people say, I hate that product, I don't want it, and I'll never get it. So, welcome to the SourceForge installer. Gives you a little summary about FileZilla. We click next. Oh, and now I have this WinZip thing. Well, like I said, you're just in a hurry to install FileZilla. You don't actually notice that it's installing something else. So that's one item that they're installing here. Some kind of WinZip registry optimizer. You should never mess with your registry in the first place. It's the snake oil of computing these days. So it's downloading this thing, and it's slow as hell. I mean, that should be done in a few seconds, basically. And keep in mind that this download is the one with the adware. So it's like a big bundle that comes down. And I have a 50 megabit connection too, so that's just, I don't know where this is coming from, but that's crazy how slow that is. Okay. So now it's actually installing FileZilla. And we're finally getting the program that we really wanted, not noticing that we actually installed another program, some kind of adware, some kind of registry optimizer BS. So the next thing I think I did is headed over to download.com. These are some pretty big sites for downloading stuff for, you know, people who don't know. And I got this, WinZip registry optimizer for a clean, efficient registry. You should never mess with your registry anyway. Doesn't do anything to make your computer start faster, despite what anyone tells you. That's all BS. Alright, let's search for, actually it was under popular software. I need a YouTube downloader. I do. So let's download this. Let's see if it comes with the little download.com installer. They used to be super heavy into adware. They would check all, you know, every app you had on here was filled with adware. Then they went totally clean. Now they're back at it. And they got a bazillion ads. It's, I don't know, fine. Like I said, ads I don't care about. It's the adware that's just crazy. Alright, welcome to the free YouTube downloader setup. We'll go ahead and click next. It wants us to install an AVG toolbar, which is more adware. And we're going to also get top arcade hits. While top arcade hits is installed, you will be served with advertising through in-test, pop-up, pop-under, transitional banner ads, and your web browser based on your content that you're viewing. Yeah, so crazy. So this is so this is requiring me to install some kind of feature. I don't know what that is. So, you know, these things they take a while to actually install. So I'll go ahead and pause it while it's doing that. Alright, the next and last piece I'm going to install here is a program called Free PDF to Word. And if you're on download.com or download.cnet.com and you see a program and you see the CNET editor's rating is, hey, it's good. Alright, well, I'm going to grab that. But if you go down and look at the user's opinions, dangerous. Don't download this. Accompanied by viruses including My Search Style, Simply Forward, hijacks your computer. You get what you pay for. Crashed every time. Criminal software. Worst junk I ever downloaded. Mainly malware and rubbish programs. And it just goes on. 2-minute download will cost 1+ hour times to install or uninstall. And then you can see it just installs tons and tons of adware. And I can't believe that a place like CNET would actually have this on their site. Actually have all these programs on their site. Their site is filled with programs like this now. And they're not the only ones. SourceForge, Snap Files, Soft Ionic, or Iconic, whatever the hell it is, I don't know. But if I download it, CNET installer enabled, and man, they're just completely, and I love it. I love the business. Don't get me wrong. I am happier than ever being out there removing all this kind of crap. But I mean, they're really taking people to the cleaners. I mean, it's just crazy. And you could deny all this stuff, but I mean, people never do, ever. They just next through anything. Agree, next, whatever, just get this thing done, I need it, and that's it. You know, you're hosed after that. And it's true that, you know, you can go ahead and remove these pieces of adware through your typical ad remove or whatever you want to call it, but it's, you know, just a huge pain. A lot of people just don't know what to do. Their computer's so slow, they just get fed up, throw their arms in the air, that's it. You need to call somebody, you know. So there we go. So that's basically installed, and we get to my search dial. If I try to go to my browser now, see what we're going to get. And browser crash, then reopen. Whatever this is, Wajam. More adware. And all these toolbars are loading. This is how long it takes for your browser to load when you have this much adware. And I downloaded 3 programs. 3 programs. That's it. 3 things that I wanted. And I wasn't paying attention. I just nexted through everything, basically. Yeah, so if I go to Google, I can get to Google okay, but I get pop-ups, you know, going to top arcade hits now. Just unbelievable. Anyway, so that's how you actually get infected with adware. So pass that along to anybody you know. I'm going to show you how you guys actually remove it right now, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we're on our completely adware infested box right now, and I'm going to download a little program called ADW Cleaner, or I'm going to try to. So let's open up our poor browser here. And I'm not pausing this, I just want to show you how long it takes to load all this stuff. And let's try to go to Google. So that's kind of Google. Let's look for ADW Cleaner. And the result should be bleepingcomputer.com. And this link right here, download at bleeping computer, download now at bleeping computer. You want to go ahead and click that. A little word of caution here. Sometimes when you're infected with adware, it will actually not download ADW cleaner. It will say setup.exe, and you do not want that. You want a download called adwcleaner.exe, something like that. So I'm trying to download it, but this is how long it takes when you have this much adware. So some of you may need to actually fast forward this video. It's not exactly exciting, but this is like a good real life kind of thing here. If you were trying to do this on a computer, you didn't have any utilities with you or anything like that, this is how long it would take. You can see just how slow this thing is. Alright, so that's the download I want. So adwcleaner.exe, it's 0.98 megabyte. We're actually going to save it because we're going to come back to it later. Oh, and I do have an antivirus on this computer. It is the Windows Defender antivirus for Windows 8. And like I said, it doesn't matter what antivirus you have on. If you agree to this adware, it's going to get installed. And we'll go ahead and run ADW Cleaner and just go ahead and close our browser now. I would run this on almost any PC I touch. So anybody who brings me their PC, anybody at work or anything like that, I run this on their computer, just because I guarantee they're going to have some kind of adware. It's just everywhere now. So we'll go ahead and do a scan. It's usually pretty quick, but this is probably the most adware I've seen lately, just because I downloaded 7 programs. That was it. 7 utilities that used to be free but are now ad supported. And consequently, I'll never use those programs again. I mean, unless I can find a site that allows you to download them without being ad supported. I don't know. I just really don't trust them after them, after them being associated with those kind of with that kind of adware. So anyway, next you go ahead and hit clean. You can look at these folders too. You can see where the actual adware is installed. So that's like a list of all that stuff, all the individual files, all the registry keys. Clean. Gonna go ahead and basically what ADW Cleaner does is it's like a big giant like carpet bomb. I mean, it just blows up tons and tons of adware. Doesn't get everything. You do have to go to programs and features and remove certain programs. You have to uninstall some stuff. So you got some manual work to do after all this. But this does it in bulk. I mean, this allows you to actually get rid of a whole crap ton at once, really quickly, like that quick. And then it allows you to actually get inside that computer, and the computer's running a little bit better, and you can actually remove any of the leftover malware by trying to uninstall it, or manually removing it at that point. But it's a big time saver, and it gets rid of a lot of stuff, and it's really improving. So huge hats off to those guys. Amazing. So I hope in the coming year, we start to see some antivirus out there with some enhanced adware removal abilities, or PUP, potentially unwanted program ability. Something that's I don't know, a little more mainstream. It's kind of hard to find one right now. Like I have an office that I take care of that uses Symantec endpoint security. There's nothing in there that gets rid of any adware at all. Zilch, nothing. So I've got to schedule some time to hit 30 PCs with ADW cleaner, and yeah, it's just it's annoying. That's annoying, definitely. So it's still starting here. I think it does a little bit of deleting, like at this point, it deletes some crap, or it might, like, yeah, delete like on boot before you log in. Alright, so I'm betting we still have a few toolbars um, and a few other things running. And we're going to get a log here in a second. Couple of seconds. There we go. So this log is good, tells you what it found, what it deleted basically. You can see all that stuff. It's a lot. And you can see all these icons are now white. There is still some adware on here. If we open up our browser, we should have some toolbars left, and I'll show you the process and how you'd like wrap this whole thing up. Still got, still got some unwanted programs in my opinion. Things I didn't really ask for, like the Weather Channel app. Some kind of funky backup tool, and yeah, got a lot to remove. And at this point, it comes down to knowing what to remove, really. When you find an app that just kind of annoys you, just remove it at this point. So the browser's still kind of messed up. Again, this is a lot of adware though. PC's still kind of starting, so let me go ahead and go try to open up the control panel here. And under programs, we want to uninstall a program. And now it comes down to basically uninstalling anything that you don't want. What you do in here is going to be okay. So Advanced System Care, AVG Toolbar, some of these other ones. I mean, there's a lot, definitely. But yeah, you can actually use their uninstallers to get rid of them. So like I said, ADW Cleaner just kind of like put a dent in it, and then you'll have to use your typical uninstall utilities after that. Um, let's see. So Internet Explorer is really not working at all. It's pretty messed up. If I go to um, under Network and Internet, and I click Internet Options, go to Advanced, Reset, and it's saying there's some kind of Internet Explorer open here, so let me go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and try to find it. There it is. Find it. Yeah, let's try that again. And we're going to go ahead and delete personal settings too. So this should disable most of those toolbars. And I mean, after after that's done, then you're, like I said, you're basically stuck inside here under programs and features and removing things like accelerate tab, 7 Go games, advanced system care, AVG toolbar, IO-bit apps toolbar, PC backup, my online vault, PC power speed, all this crap. Just getting rid of it, uninstalling it, getting your PC's performance back, basically. So, yeah, and I don't have a list of all the adware that's out there, or programs that are supported by adware. There's just tons. So, anyway, I think this video has gone on like way longer than I thought. But that's like the gist of what I'm fighting these days, and I don't know. I've been busy with this the whole summer. I mean, really busy. So, again, I'm not complaining, but I do feel sorry for all the people out there dealing with this right now. It's really hard to know what to download. I mean, even for me, I got burned at least one time. I know I did. I wasn't paying attention. And, yeah, it's crazy, man. Well, anyway, maybe I'll follow this up. It's getting late. I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to wrap this video up. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, it's Matt, and tonight I want to talk about adware. Adware is back really, really bad. About 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, adware was around, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. I'd say in the last year, most of my calls from clients have been, hey, my computer's really infected, and it's really slow, and I just can't use it. So I'll go over to their place, or they'll drop their computer off to me, and what I find out is it's not really a virus that's on their computer. It's a bunch of adware that they accidentally installed by installing a free application. So let's pretend here for a second. Let's just go off into imaginary land. We got a brand new Windows 8 computer here. It boots up in about a minute, according to Boot Racer, and it's going fine. I like it. Looks good. But what I need to do now is install a few applications, a few free things that I might need, some utilities or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that, and